Yes, I see.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, good night. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, we start the class session here, continuing the latest discussion about the microstate. Yeah, latest discussion about microstate. I think you have no problem related to understands why we need the microstate. Yeah, first of all, we need the microstate to help us to find out the free ion terms and symbol terms. Yeah, microstate help us to find out the free ion terms and symbol terms here. Which one? Try to find out the free ions and symbol term. Free ion terms here. Yeah. Okay. Now, what are the purposes knowing the free ion terms or term symbol? Yeah. When we know how many term symbol or how many free ion terms to the electron of the particular atom, then we can predict or justify how many energy level they have. So I think you are clear enough, yeah, to understand why we need the microstate. Then the function of the microstate is to find out or to reduce it into the free ion terms or term symbol. Okay. Now let's go to the next page or to the next explanations through the books. For the 2 electron occupy and the 2p orbital of the carbon, by reducing the microstate in the table 11.2, we can know that there are 3 free ion terms of the 2 electron in the 2p carbon orbital. Yeah, they are 1d, 3p, and 1s. Okay. You can open your own book, your electric books. Yeah. Now I'm trying to give you a better picture about what does the free ion terms or symbol term means. We go outside first. Stop sharing. Then where's presentation? Oh, okay. Okay, here. Oh, where is it? Oh, missing the PPT. So I have to. Can you all see the PPT?
Yes, we can, ma'am.
Okay, so in this slide, yeah, you can see the new symbol to represent the energy state of the electron. That is the capital L and then capital S on the top or the left side, and then the G, capital G in the subscript. S equal to the 2 times S plus 1. And then G equal to the L plus S minus 1, and L plus S minus 2. And then the mathematic mutlak, what we call absolute value, it is L minus 1. L minus S, sorry, L minus S. Okay, now if first of all, okay, you can write down or capture the picture. Then I turn off the slide, back to the book. Cancel. Stop sharing. Then we go to the book again. So 1D, it means that the 1 is the value of the capital S, and then D, the value of the L. What capital S and L and G means here? Oh, this one. L total orbital angular momentum quantum number, S total spin angular momentum quantum number, and then G total angular momentum quantum number. This one, the explanation stand for the symbol L, capital S, and capital G. So when we see this symbol, the free ion terms, and or the symbol terms of 1D, 3P, and 1S mean that the S, capital S, is equal to the ones, and the L represented by the D states here. So FL equal to the 0 mean that the state is S, capital S. L equal to the ones, the state is P, and then L equal to the 2, the state is D, and then L equal to the 3, the state is F, etc. So if L equal to the 4, the state will be H, represented by H. Okay, and then so if in the case of the two electron, in the orbital p of carbon, we find that there are 3 different energy states. There are 3 different energy states. How we do, how to obtain or to reduce from the microstate table to obtain 3 free ion terms? We, first of all, here, you have to replace each or every microstate in the table 11.2 into X, small x. Yeah, you have to represent 1 minus, 0 minus, 1 plus, 1 minus, represent or replaced by the X here. X. Okay, based on the explanation in the books, after you replace all the microstate into the small x, then you will find to justify or to find out that in the such particular relation between the ML and the MS, there are a specific shape that they name as a rectangular shape. For the 1D, you find the rectangular shape between the ML to the MS is equal to the 0. And then 3P, you find the rectangular shapes between ML and the 3 of the MS. While for the 1S, for the free ion term symbol, you find the ML and MS match to the 0. So 1D, why the S is 1, yeah? So 0, 2 times 0 plus 1. So the S value is 1. I already asked you to write down the simple formula that is shown by the slide, previous slide. Okay, so 1D represent that D belong to the L equal to the 2, and then 1 is because 2 times 0 plus 1. And then P represent to the L equal to the 1 here. Okay. P equal to the L, P represent L equal to the 1. Okay, here. So, the 3 is obtained by 2 times 1 plus 1. So if you have a question why we don't have a 0 or 2 times minus plus 1 minus 1 in the P, we have to choose the highest S value belong to the MLP. And then 1S, yeah, 1S here, S represent to the 0 here, L equal to the 0, and then 1, 2 times 0 plus 1. So we already have 3 free ion terms belong to the 2 electron in 2p of the carbon atom. Yeah, okay. Any question? Any question? Any questions? If there is no questions, any question, Tunjung? Tunjung?
Ma'am, I actually have a question. I don't really understand about the feeling of the pemisahan. What is it? The separation of those two, those three, 1D, 3P, and 1S. Kan lagi. Kan it depended on the 2P2, right? And then it will heavily affected by the number 2, the p orbital, and then the filling of the 2 electron. And then why the 1D is filled in the 0 is that because of the ML itself is filled plus the electron filled lastly on the 0 orbital on the p.
It is so busy, so noisy behind you. There are so many people behind you. So I find it difficult to catch out what are you asking to me.
Or can I write it down on the chat, ma'am?
Okay, you can write down in the chat. So everyone, if you get a problem related to the question and answer due to technical problem, you can write down your questions into the chat sessions. Oh, Wandi ya, Tunjung ya, Wandi. Wandi is filling of the X in the zero column because of the electron field on the p orbital, but on the azimuth zero. Okay. Actually, how to get or to obtain the three level energy of three free ion terms, yeah, we have to change all the microstate in the table 11.2 into the X symbol, yeah, a small X symbol. After that, try to find out the rectangular column. Rectangular column. So from this table 11.4, we got three rectangular column. Okay, you can see for 1D, rectangular columns, and then 3P and 1S. By the way, I find the easier way to find out how many free ion terms can be reduced from the microstate table 11.2. First of all, see the ML column. ML column has maximum number for +2 and -2. Usually, this number represent for the suborbital of the D. Okay, so choose D to represent the L. Second, the column of the ML also contains +1, 0, and -1. It belongs to the p orbital. So straight away you can write down that the L value could be p equal to the 1. And then the third, it is also the 0 ML. 0 represent for the S. Here, yeah. Here. Okay. 0 represent to the S. So ignoring for a while, S, capital S value. You already got the 3 value of of L. Sorry. You already got the 3 value of L. That is D, P, and S. Okay, by just recognize the maximum value of the ML. Okay, three value of L. Okay, now how to find out the value of S? This one, 1, 3, and 1. Yeah. For D, it is very simple because S equal to the 2 times S plus 1. So the S value of the LD is 0. 2 times 0 plus 1, 1, equal to the 1. For the S is also simple because S only have the S value, capital S value equal to 0. So 2 times 0 plus 1, the S value is 1. Now we move to the P. P a bit a problem. Why? Because if we put -1, so 2 times -1 plus 1, it could be -1. 2 times 0 plus 1 could be 1. 2 times plus 1 equal to the 3. But why the S value of the P is only 3? Because we have to choose the highest value of S among others. If the L value show more than one capital S value. Does it answer your question, Tunjung?
I think I need to relearn it again, ma'am.
Oh, any problem? Which part that you still confusing?
The determination of the zero or something. I mean, like on the 1D. What is that? On the yeah, on the 1D, I don't quite understand why it plays on the zero, but on the 3P, I think I got it why it is placed. It has like a three different row, but I don't understand on the 1D part why it is on the zero.
On the zero. Because and the zero ms equal to the zero for the D, yeah, all the subcell of the orbital D have also the microstate value. Okay, if you choose the -1 and the +2 and the -2, there is no microstate value. Okay, mean that there is no spin-orbit coupling of two electrons. Tunjung, can you understand? Tunjung, your microphone.
Does that mean it has to always equal to zero?
No, you have to check out. So that is why we have to to change the every microstate value into the X symbol. Okay, by the time you have the more simple microstate label, because we don't have to pay attention to the 1 plus 0 minus blah blah blah, yeah. So we can get easily to find out that if we choose the S in the -1 and +1 of the D, L equal to the D, in the +2 and the -2, there is no microstate of it. Okay, Tunjung? The complete microstate belong to the LSD only at the MS equals 0. Okay, Tunjung? Turn on.
So because the fulfillment of the energy, it's on the zero only. That's why it is
the complete microstate.
Okay, so
the complete microstate of the D only belongs to the S equals 0.
Okay, I got it now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay, ya Allah. Check ya. Check it out in the P. P also the complete microstate. Okay. Yeah, and then for the S, complete microstate, S belong to the 0S, okay? But the book clearly state, the author of the book clearly state that you have to find out the rectangular shape of column. So kolom ya, rectangular shape-nya. But I'm happy you have such kind of question, Tunjung, ya. So you also let your friend to understand. Beside following the book, yeah, we have to find out maybe the more understanding why we choose the 0 for the D. L equal D, why we choose the -1, 0, minus +1 for the P, and then why we choose a 0 for the 1s. Yeah. So we have to check that if we choose D, mean that all the suborbital of D must contains the microstate. Okay, Tunjung. How is other? Is there any questions? Clear enough, Tunjung Pradipta Siwi? Okay, that's all. Yeah. Now we can continue to next topics. Yeah, the next topic is about this one. After we find out that there are 3 energy level differences of the 2 electron in the p carbon atom. Yeah. Now how we arrange the energy level for the low to the higher, for the lower to the higher. Which one must be put in as the lowest energy state, and then which one to be put in the highest energy state? We have to follow the Hans rule here. We have to follow the Hans rule here. All of you has already hold the book. Yeah. So first Hans rule. Yeah. The free ion term has the highest spin multiplicity must be put as the lowest energy state. So 1D, 1S, 3P, only P has the highest spin multiplicity. If the L or the free ion term symbol has 1, we call singlet, the spin multiplicity singlet. 2 doublet, 3 triplet, 4 quartet. Okay, so among the 3 state energy, the lowest level is 3p. Then we can check it here. 3p, following by 1d and 1s. Now, between 1s and 1d, both has the same spin multiplicity. Which one must be put at the lower, and then which one must be put as the higher? The one that has higher L value must be put as the lower state. So 1s and 1d, the L value is bigger 1d, D. The L value bigger D. So D must be lower than 1s. Okay, this is the second rule of Hans, this one. If 2 or more terms share the maximum spin multiplicity, the ground term is the one having the highest value of L. So between S and D, D has the higher value of L. So the energy state of the D must be lower than the S. Any question of the rule? So you have to arrange the energy level into such kind in the picture. 3p is the lowest level, and then following by 1d, and then the highest level is 1s. Any question? Okay, so far, Tunjung, I have a nice discussion with the Tunjung. Tunjung, do you understand why the arrangement of the energy level?
I think I understand on the D and the S part, but I don't understand why the P part is on the lowest, range on the lowest energy level.
You have to follow the first Hans rule. The first Hans rule, among the free ion term, the term that has the highest value, spin multiplicity value, must be put as the lowest energy state. So among 3p, 1d, and 1s, the p has the highest spin multiplicity? That is 3. You have to check here. Hi. Hello. I think your English is quite good. The first rule of Hans. Tanjung? Tunjung, can you read it?
Yes, I can read it, ma'am.
Okay, read for us.
Okay, so the final step in this procedure is to determine which term has the lowest energy by using two of Hund's rule. The first term is the ground term, or the lowest energy, will has the highest spin multiplicity. In our example, the P2 is the ground term because it has the number 3P. This term can be identified as having the configuration in the margin. This is sometimes called Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, which
Multiplicity.
introduced in multiplicity, which has been introduced in section 2.2.3. And the
Okay.
second rule is if two or more terms share the maximum spin multiplicity, the ground terms in the one having the highest value of L. For example, if for P and for F, the terms are both found for an electron configuration. The for F will have a lower energy, which for F has the number of L is 3 and the for P will have the number L as 1.
Okay, it is enough. Okay, so do you still have question related to this arrangement? To this arrangement, do you still has a questions? Do you still have a question? Why 3P is the lowest one and then 1S is the highest one? Tunjung?
I have a question. It's from Kyla, basically. Kyla asked about why the lowest, why the highest multiplicity spin value is the 3P. The microphone from Kyla's laptop cannot be turned on. That's why I tried to telling you this by my.
So now you have to ask Kayla. Kayla, do you understand, or you still have problem? Why the 3P is arranged into the lowest energy?
From what I understand, the 3P is at the lowest level because it has highest spin multiplicity. But things that I want to ask is why and how could 3P is having the highest spin multiplicity, something like that.
I think I already explained to you. The spin multiplicity is represented by the capital S. If you already write down the formula that I already said in the previous slide, you will understand the S equal to the 2 times S plus 1. Kayla, turn on the microphone.
Okay, ma'am. So is it the 2 times S plus 1?
Okay, yes.
Uh,
So any question? Why it's 3, not it's minus 1 or 0? Plus 1, minus 1 or 0, why it's 3?
Mari kita pakai nilai maksimum.
2S plus 1. Why for the P, the spin multiplicity is 3, not minus 1 or plus 1? Kayla, now I'm asking you.
Because it's the maximum.
Kayla? Kayla, turn on the microphone.
It's because we need to choose the highest momentum.
No. We have to choose the highest S value.
Oh yeah.
Spin multiplicity is represented by capital S, while the capital S is equal to the 2S plus 1. So, if we try to get in the -1, 0, and +1, the P must be so 3 different spin multiplicity. First, 2 times -1 plus 1 equal to the -1. 2 times 0 plus 1 equal to the 1. 2 times +1 plus 1 equal to the 3. Among the 3 value spin multiplicity of P, the highest one is 3. Kayla? Can you follow me, Nak? Your microphone. Hey, your microphone, Kayla. Test, Kayla. Your microphone turn on. Your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Understand?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Kami
no
aja nggak
pressure.
maksudnya apa?
Tunjung? No, Tunjung. Tunjung get confused.
I actually have a question, ma'am. Previously, you have already presented to us that SLJ, that symbol yang SLJ, and then S is equal to 2S plus 1 for spin. But what actually the J is, because the J, you said the J could be L plus S, but also the J could be L plus S minus 1, but also could be L plus S minus 2 on the
Okay.
upside. So why
Okay.
it has different?
Okay.
Thank you.
I haven't finished to explain the fully free ion symbol. Yeah. Now, after you find you understand the meaning of the each free ion terms, yeah, we go to the fully one. Okay. How do we find out the G value? The fully one is like that, Nak. Here. In the right hand. The 3P can be reduced into 3 levels. And then 1D, only 1 level. 1S, 1 level. If you pay attention or watching out these 5 different free ion terms, you will find the fully symbol of the terms, such as 3P0. 3P1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 0 is represents of the Z. Tunjung?
Okay, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, the Z or the J? The Z or J?
Huh? The G? G?
G is in J Jakarta, kan, ma'am?
G. Yes, for Jakarta.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you for your understanding that we have a few minutes for breaking, especially for the one that has different principle of us. Yeah. Continuing the Tunjung question. Tunjung, hello Tunjung. Turn on your microphone. I think I state clearly G for Jakarta. If for the Garut, J. I always state G. G mean G for Jakarta. Okay, Tunjung. If G Garut, J. Ini G. Okay, let's back to the slide. Hello, Belinda. Hello, focus on. Let's back to the slide. Okay, so now at the right side of the what you call the picture, yeah, you find out the five free ion terms. 5 free ion terms. Okay, Tunjung. Now you get the fully symbol of the free ion term symbol. That is the 3 here represent for the S capital and the 0 represent for the G, capital G. Okay, Tunjung, yeah. Maybe you straight away getting confused why now the P free ion terms reduced into 3 terms. Okay, into 3 terms. First question. Second question, how do we find out the G value? Even I already shared to you all, yeah, that the G value equal to the L minus 1 to the L plus 1 to the L plus S minus 1 to the L plus S minus 2. Okay. What does it means? Yeah, or what do they mean? Yeah, you can find out the answer here. The answer is here. Okay. See, for the case and the 1D, 1S, and 3P, what are they? What is their G value? Yeah. First of all, for the 1S, 0 plus 0. For S, yeah, the L is 0, S, yeah, plus S. 8S is 0. So, hello, focus on. So, the fully free ion symbol of the 1S is 1S0. 0 come from L. The L of S is equal to the 0, and then its S is also equal to the 0. It S. Here 1 come from 2 times S plus 1. So in the P there are 3. Why 3 here in the P? In the P, 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 minus 1, and then 1 plus 1 minus 2. 2, 1, and 0. Any question? Any question? Tunjung or other? Do you have any question related to how we find out the G value? The book has already guided us how to find out the G value. Hmm. Hmm. Any question related how do we find out the G value? Because the book is already guide you how to calculate and how to determine the G value of each free ion symbol. Here, the S minus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 minus 1, 1 plus 1 minus 2. Okay. So for the lot, totally, for the 2 electron occupied 2p orbital of the carbon atom, you must find out there are 5 energy level. You will find out the 5 energy level. Okay. So now maybe you have also a question because we are not going to the further or 3 or the third law of Hans. Why the 3p0, 3p1 and 3p2, how we arrange this level? The third Hans rule answer your questions. How do we arrange the free ion symbol of the free ion terms of the 3p? So Tunjung, sorry for others, Tunjung, I think she is brief enough, to represent all of you, So please read the third law of the Hans rule.
Okay, so on the third Hans rule, it actually states about the for subshells such as P2 that are less than half filled. The state having the lowest J value will has the lowest energy. So the 3p0 for P2. For subshells that are more than half filled, the state will have the highest J value, has the lowest energy. Half filled subshells will have only one possible J value.
Okay. How is other? Belinda, please turn on your microphone.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
understand? Can you understand what the Tanjung said?
I don't clearly understand because my signal is unstable before, so the sound of Tunjung is not clearly here to me.
Oh, okay. So you hold or you get your e-book of the Gary Misler book?
Yes.
Okay. So read for us the third law of the Hans rule.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Please read for us, the third rule of Hans rule.
Okay. For subshells such as P subscripted that are less than half filled, the state having the lowest G value has the lowest energy. Subscript 3p0 for P subscript 2. For subshells that are more than half filled, the state having the highest G value has the lowest energy. Half filled subshell have only one possible G value.
Do you understand the third law?
Yes, I understand.
So, anyone in the class doesn't understand why the 3p reduced into 3 others 3p completely free ion symbol, The arrangements start from the 3p0, 3p1, 3p2. Any questions? Why do they arrange the energy state like that? Any questions? So, people in the class or the audience already understand all that thing?
Oh, ma'am, I have a question.
Okay.
So, half field, is it on the configuration electron or the microstate that is the table before we discuss about?
Read it carefully. One more, please, Belinda. For us,
Okay.
read it loudly.
For subshell, such as P subscript 2, that are less than half it, the state
Okay,
having the lowest.
enough. For subcell, what does it mean?
That means is the table before the I mean the table we have learned about uh, capital S and LS.
No,
before.
no. You don't understand it. You said you understand already. For subcells such as P2 that are less than half filled, subcell, during you are learning about the electronic configuration in the maybe senior high school, your teacher told you that the orbital a cell. You know cell? What is the cell? What is the cell mean? What does the cell mean? What is the cell?
Like a column.
Cell itself in Indonesia.
Cell. Cell. Up. I'm sorry. In Indonesian, I think is in the configuration seperti yang.
No. I'm asking you the simple question. What does the cell mean in Indonesia?
Cell.
Kulit. Okay. Subcell. Subkulit. Kulit, when your teacher in senior high school talking about the suborbital, they mention about kulit. So here for subcells such as P2 that are less than half filled, what does it mean?
Kulit yang tidak yang kurang.
During senior high school, you mention orbital as kulit. But during you spend your time in the department chemistry of Brawijaya University, you already introduced it replaced by orbital. So please explain to us for subcells such as P2 that are less than half filled, what does it mean? P2, how many subcell, how many suborbital belong to the p orbital? Belinda?
Two subcell.
Oh, no. How many subcell belong to the p orbital? How many subcell belong to the p orbital? How many suborbital belong to the p orbital? Px?
3. Px.
3. This is Px, Py, Pz. Name a subcell or suborbital. So, try to digest one more. What does the third law mean? What does the third law mean, Belinda? Read carefully and then try to translate into Indonesia.
Untuk subkulit seperti pi kuadrat yang memiliki setengah atau kurang dari subkulit yang tidak terpenuhi itu, the state having the lowest G value, maka keadaannya memiliki nilai yang rendah dan memiliki energi yang rendah. Dan untuk subkulit yang memiliki lebih dari yang memiliki atau setengah terpenuhi, keadaannya menjadi lebih tinggi G value-nya dan memiliki energi yang lebih rendah. Setengah half-filled setengah terisi dari subkulit tersebut memiliki hanya satu kemungkinan nilai C.
Okay, Belinda, let Bu Rovin make a correction ya nak ya. P2, you cannot read as P quadrat. Here, the number of 2 or the number 2 represent the number of electron, not quadrat. Okay, so if Bu Rovin has 3 electron, then put in the p orbital, it is classified as half fill, less than half fill, or more than half fill. 3 electron in the p orbital. Is it classified as less than half fill, more than half fill, atau half fill subcell? 3 electron in the p orbital.
Half-filled.
Half fill. 4 electron?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
4 electron?
More than half-filled.
2 electron?
Less than half-filled.
So, do you understand why the arrangement of the energy level of the 3p started at the lowest one is 3p0? Because the 2p classified as less than half fill.
Less than half.
So, the term having the lowest G value must be put as the lowest energy level. Belinda? Belinda, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with
And
you.
understand?
Yes, I clearly understand. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Any question? Any question? Any question? So I think for the next session, we are going through into the more specific discussion related to the free ion terms or symbol term of the coordination compound. Okay. Bu Rovin thought that is enough for this afternoon. Having nice day for all of you. Yeah. Keep healthy. Keep stay what we call stay calm. Yeah. Do not go into rush. Yeah. Now some of us is fighting. Some of your friend maybe is fighting for the UTBK, in English UTBK. Yeah, make doa for them. Hopefully they can achieve their dream, their expectation. Yeah, Belinda, sorry if Bu Rovin voice is quite hard. Yeah, a big sorry, nah. Yeah, but Bu Rovin has no intention except that our discussion is going to be smooth and all of you can understand what Bu Rovin explained to all of you. Okay, that's all. Let's bring my talk to close. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Then don't forget to submit your assignment, your homeworks tomorrow after Friday praying. Yeah, I'm waiting in my email. Good afternoon. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.